Welcome to Needful Geeks podcast, episode 3. I'm your host, Blake.
And I'm Ryan.
And today, we're going to be talking about zombies.
What's life without zombies? Other than zombies.
Yeah, or what, more importantly, what's life going to be like with zombies? Because that's what we're going to talk about, what the fuck we would do. So,
you're going to want to find an old place. A place that's been there a while, preferably an old hospital, an old prison. Because generally these places, the ones that have been around for a very long time, have got wells and stores of food and maybe even weapons.
And they also have fallout shelters, which is very important because they're pretty damn secure. And, you know, depending on if the zombie outbreak ever does happen, depends on what kind of zombies you got. You got the Romero type zombie, the slow walker, just, you know, that
the more realistic type zombies,
yeah.
The Romero zombie, they don't... Go ahead.
And then you got the more 28 days later zombies, which, yes, I know they weren't actually real zombies. They were disinfected, but still, World War Z, those were zombies. They move quicker than hell. Then
you've got the ones that can magically leap into the air and for some reason know Kung Fu, in which case we're all fucked. So,
Kung Fu zombies suck. And then you got Sam Raimi zombies, which are more just... Deadites possess dead people with demons inside them that can do all kinds of funny shit, but if you got a double barrel shotgun and a chainsaw hand, you're good to go. So, groovy.
But you're going to want to find, like I said, one of these old places, and on the way to them, you're going to want to find a pawn shop. Because they've always got weapons.
Yeah.
In the register, under the register, on the counter, behind the counter, in the back. You know, they sell those goofy-looking katanas, they sell... just about any kind of weapon you can think of.
And make sure that the owner of the pawn shop ain't in there when you try to steal the shit or he'll blow your ass away. So, but anyway, like I said, depending on what kind of zombies you got. But no matter what kind you got, fast, slow, deadite, whatever it is, you're going to run into one problem anytime. And if you watch The Walking Dead, you know this real easy. If you watch World War Z, you know it. You get a bunch of them together, it's going to be a problem. Because even if they're not that strong, they're the same strength as a regular human, slower than shit. You get a whole bunch of them together, it's going to be hard to get away from. And they can just pile until they put enough pressure and weight on something where they can break down the defense. So you want a really sturdy place. That's why I say fallout shelters are great. They're made to stand fallout, you know. I mean, so,
basically, yeah.
So, but now as far as supplies and all that, you want somewhere where...
basically, like we said, you know, these older places, they're going to have wells and already have food in them if you get to them fast enough. There's also a number of reasons why zombies couldn't work at all, because they're basically just walking corpses.
True.
And they got to suffer through the elements. They'd fill up with water when it rains. They'd have to fight through the wild hordes of animals. And
right, well, that's like...
but...
Oh, in the Walking Dead comics. You know, they come across this one place they think's safe, and this is spoilers if you don't read the comics, but... And it's like a little town, kind of like Alexandria is, but it's not fortified and all that. It's just a little, you know, suburb housing development. It's winter. Everything's frozen. They don't see no zombies. They think it's great. They stay. They're there for a bit of time, and then it starts thawing and melting, and turns out all the zombies are froze, but as soon as they thaw out, they're back up again, ready to eat your ass. So... you
want to get your ass eaten.
Yeah, no ass eating. And
they go ass to mouth from time to time. Zombies do, I mean. But if you've watched Clerks too, you know that's a no-no.
Ugh. Also, weapons. Yes, guns are great. Guns are good. Like in Walking Dead, guns make noise. Noise attracts them. You don't want to be attracted. You want something melee. I mean, yes, if you got like 100 damn zombies coming at you, walking around with a sword ain't really going to do you no good. Unless you're a super ninja yourself. But that's when the time a gun's okay, because they already know you're there. But I mean...
it's also, in that case, better just to run.
Right. You know, I mean, you're not going to kill every zombie in the whole wide world, especially if over, 90% of the world is zombies. But also, if you think realistically, though, which real world stuff, I mean, I know we're talking zombies anyway, but if the corpses come back, they're gonna rot. They're gonna die out. So, I mean,
I would say a zombie apocalypse wouldn't last any longer than a month or so.
well, no, it takes a little bit of time for a corpse to rot. But I mean,
Right, but I mean,
depends on what time of month or what time of year it is, and all that kind of stuff.
most corpses are tucked away in a coffin somewhere. These are walking around, like I said, rough in the elements, freezing, hot. I mean, bugs are still going to eat at them.
True. So, like I said, it depends. I mean, of course, like whatever it is that brings them back keeps them alive. Who knows? No.
I like what they said in Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. That sounds like a porn.
I thought you were going to say Donald Duck.
Dawn of the Dead. He said, when hell's full, the dead will walk the earth. So, in that scenario, I guess they're trying to say that it's the devil. The hell basically filled up, so they just couldn't go anywhere.
Right. I mean, if the zombies are magic zombies like Deadites, that's a different story. I mean, because they just had straight up skeletons walking. What Army of Darkness, I mean, it was just pure straight skeletons walking. So that's a little bit different, but they weren't trying to eat people. They were just going to kill them, and they could still talk and all that stuff. But
I'm a little tired of filmmakers remaking the zombie movies. Like, I want them to stop making zombie movies that take place in malls. Like, Dawn of the Dead it's probably my favorite zombie movie. Day of the Dead is very good as well.
yes.
But everyone wants to put zombies in a shopping mall.
Well, they did the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
And it was okay. It was good. But it wasn't the first
they
one.
made them the fast movies. I mean, not fast movies. Fast zombies, which I wasn't... Since it was supposed to be a remake of Dawn of the Dead, I didn't like the fast zombies in that. Now, other movies with fast zombies, like World War Z and stuff, which in the books World War Z zombies weren't fast, but still...
that's their own different story. They didn't take something and just crud it up.
Right, but I was still disappointed with the running zombies, considering that was a remake of a Romero movie. I mean, it just bothered me a little bit on that. Now, did you ever see the remake of Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
Terrible movie.
Fuck that.
That was terrible.
That would not be on my list of movies for you to watch. But the original Dawn of the Dead would be.
And Day of the Dead.
And Day of the Dead.
Pretty
and
much,
the original Night of the Living Dead. Plus the remake of Night of the Living Dead was awesome.
That one was good.
It had Candyman in it.
Yeah, and had Sex Machine directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the remake of Day of the Dead, terrible. Original,
Day
good.
Of the Dead.
But any Romero movie was good. Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, what was the other one? He had Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, and what was the last one? Drawing a mind blank. Hell,
I've kind of given up on him after this point because...
Well, Romero, because it stays consistent on what his zombies do.
Right.
I mean, yes, in the last one, you had one that learned to ride a horse, but she didn't really learn it. She already knew it, but she kept that ability. But like in Land of the Dead, they got smart, or at least that one did, and he kind of led the other ones.
See, and I don't know if I like that. I don't like, that's why, and no offense to the Resident Evil game players, I'm sure they're good, but I stopped playing after 2. Once the zombies started getting character traits and getting smart and throwing axes and shit at you instead of trying to eat your ass, I lost interest because then it just became a revolution.
Oh, that was more than number 4. Number 3 was still regular zombies.
Either way, I mean...
1, 2, and 3 Resident Evil was pretty much all Raccoon City stuff.
And that's exactly what would happen this day and age too. Zombies would attack. We would kill them. And then there's going to be someone who's going to have a cry for zombie rights. And I'm like, what? They're zombies. They don't get rights. They had their shot. They're dead. They don't get rights.
It's like the end of Shaun of the Dead.
Right.
Yeah. Zombied.
Yeah. That's what would happen. That's what would happen today, I know.
Which, as far as zombie movies, if you like zombie movies, you have to see Shaun of the Dead.
You got red on you.
I know. That is one of the best movies. I mean, it's good because it's a zombie movie. It has your romance in there, and it's a damn comedy. But it all works together so well. I know it sounds like that might not work together. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, watch it. It's great.
Probably the best part about that movie is, you and your buddy, be you a guy or a girl or a guy and a girl, you always sit and talk and have that conversation of, what would we do if zombies ever happened? That's what that movie's about. It's about 2 dudes, and they're like, okay, there's zombies now. Let's deal with this shit. And it's great. That's probably up there in my top 3 favorite zombie movies.
Yeah, mine too. I went and saw it in theater. I bought it on DVD. Now I got it on Blu-ray. I mean, I love the damn movie.
That's like The Big Lebowski. I bought it twice.
And then you also got the fact that it seemed real. It wasn't like there's zombies and you just turn into like fucking Rambo and going out there and just killing everybody, you know? I mean, it was...
They developed into it. There's a lot of character development in that movie.
And it's like what real people would do, especially at the beginning when zombies kind of like, what do we do? Let's just sit here for a minute and they just sit down and just think, watch TV, and you know,
they left the front door open.
And had the guy with an arm off.
And that movie is probably one of the most quotable movies I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just about anybody can walk up to me and go, "You got red on you," and I know exactly what the hell they're talking about.
Every time I hear anybody say anything about a stepdad, I'm like, it's not my dad. I mean, I do any damn show I say that on. It just pops in my head. And anytime I see him in any movie, he's the stepdad. I mean,
I love Simon Pegg.
He's a great actor.
Good
he's
actor,
hilarious.
director. I mean,
Did you ever see Space, the TV series? Him and Nick Frost and all them did together.
No.
It was actually, it got started before Sean did and all that. It is an awesome series. You need to watch it. It's a British TV show, but it was great. I mean, there's only like fucking 13 episodes for the whole thing or something like that.
I'll check it out.
It is great because Edgar Wright is the director of the series, just like he was of the Cornetto trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But and then it's got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and I remember their friend in Shaun of the Dead. They kept running into Yvonne.
Yeah.
She's the other main lead of the TV show, and a lot of the people that was in her line are actually on the show too. I mean, it's just a great show altogether. But what started...
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were also actually in Land of the Dead.
Yeah, there were zombies.
They were two zombies chained up against a wall, and unless you watched the special features, you'd have never picked it up.
They were actually offered a regular speaking normal role, they said, by George Romero, because George Romero loves Shaun of the Dead. That's why they ended up in it.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, hell no, we want to be zombies. And that's why they ended up as zombies.
I mean, be a zombie at least once in your life.
Yeah, especially in a Romero movie.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if you're going to be a zombie in any movie, I want to be one directed by George Romero.
You know, I know we said zombies, but we could move on to all kinds of things like we don't like about vampires and vampire movies. What they're doing to the damn vampires.
Fucking Twilight.
I mean, they're not vampires in Twilight. You can say what you want. If you're a fan, I respect you, but don't call them vampires. Vampires don't twinkle in the sunlight.
That's right. They're not fucking sparkly
They
disco
explode,
balls.
or they dust, or they catch fire. That's what vampires do.
Yeah, you want to look at a real vampire? Go watch fucking Blade. Okay?
Or
those are real vampires.
Even take the Anne Rice vampires, for example.
Yeah, I mean...
They walk into the sun and boom, they're on fire.
Right.
But as they get older, like there's
cool
one
powers.
of the books where one of them actually sleeps in his coffin on the top of his building with the lid open so that he can get a tan during the day, and he actually looks more human for a while. And so once every other month or so he does that because he's gotten so much older, and the older you get, the stronger you get. And that's how you handle vampires.
Have you seen The Strain?
I've seen a lot of previews for it. I don't have cable.
It's a great show. You need to watch it. It's very... The take on vampires, that is really good. It's more like an infection type thing, but it's like little worms that infect you. I mean, it's really good. And what was that other vampire thing I watched recently? Oh, ever see 30 Days a Night?
Oh, who hasn't seen
that?
30
That
Days
is
a Night?
a great... Now, the sequel I didn't like too much. When it went straight to DVD...
I didn't watch it.
It wasn't that great, but the original, that was great. The comics are great, but that was cool. And this the idea, vampires go into a town in Alaska that has all that time with no sun. Shit, that's just like Party City for a vampire. I don't know why nobody's ever thought about doing that kind of shit
But once
before.
again, they did vampires right in those movies.
Yeah, actually, their teeth were fucking brutal looking in that movie.
One kind of vampire I'm sort of on the fence about is like From Dusk Till Dawn. That's a legendary movie. It's an awesome movie. That is one of the only movies I watched that surprised the shit out of me. Because
Really?
I'm watching this movie,
I mean, Tarantino did it.
and about 45 minutes into it, I had no idea this movie was about vampires.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Oh, really? You didn't?
I had no clue. And then I thought it was just two guys that were bank robbers, and they rob a bank, or whatever the hell it is they robbed, and then
Yeah, it was a bank,
they
I
kidnapped
think.
his family trying to get into Mexico. And
Yeah, it's two
George
separate movies
Clooney
in
tells
one
the
movie.
guy, he's like, you're cool to me. I'll let you and your family live once we make the night, and I get into Mexico and we're free. They're like, okay, and so they go into the bar, and out of the fucking blue, this chick just turns into a fucking vampire, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek. That was the
Yes.
movie that made her, by the way.
Yeah,
She does this really cool dance with a snake.
quite awesome. And a bottle of liquor. But watch the movie; it's great. Quentin Tarantino, he wrote it, directed it, and did he direct it or is that Robert
I don't
Rodriguez?
think he directed
I think Robert Rodriguez.
I think
directed
he
it.
either wrote it or helped write it. One of the two.
Yeah, and Robert Rodriguez. Yeah, but it is.
There's actually a TV series now.
Yes, it is awesome too.
It's not bad. I didn't think it was going to be good, but it's actually good.
First 2 seasons are on Netflix.
Once you get done subscribing to Needful Geeks, you should check it out on Netflix.
Yeah, subscribe. Button's there this time. I know where it's at now. It's over there. Also, but in that movie, Quentin Tarantino was a creepy motherfucker. I mean, he had issues a lot, and George Clooney put up with him a lot. But you know, he finally ended up, spoiler alert, turned into a vampire and had to deal with him. But Harvey Keitel, great in that.
Who doesn't love Harvey Keitel?
I mean, Harvey Keitel is great.
I don't care what Harvey Keitel is in.
He's
love Harvey
great.
Keitel.
And you know, Reservoir Dogs, awesome.
Mr. White, all the way.
He's like, why the fuck am I Mr. Pink? Because I don't. If anybody else picked their colors, everybody want to be Mr. Black.
Are you a doctor?
Oh, but yeah, Reservoir Dogs is awesome.
But anyways, I'm on the fence about those kinds of vampires like Dust Till Dawn because they're not the slick, cool, suave vampires. They're just fucking hell beasts.
Well, yeah,
and it's cool in their own way.
Well, even in Bram Stoker's Dracula, I mean, he turned into. I mean, you watch Gary Oldman.
Right.
That movie, he turns into a beast. He can change, but then goes young to the old creepy dude. And I mean, Gary Oldman.
But what I'm saying is, you know, when I think vampire, I think blood drinker. I don't think of something that's going to pull my guts and innards out and just devour them. I think of a zombie.
Turn your body into a guitar.
Right.
That was awesome.
That happens in that movie.
Yes,
which, I mean, I'm not going to knock anything in that movie because that's just a kick-ass movie.
And George Clooney
add that to your list of movies to watch, From Dusk Till Dawn.
And George Clooney had the coolest fucking tribal tattoo in that movie, which you saw about this much on his neck the whole movie till the very end. So they did his whole arm all the way up to his neck up for one damn scene of that movie.
And give
and that was awesome.
Give Clooney a shot because, you know, he does all these fuddy-duddy romance movies and here and there an action movie, but if you ever questioned George Clooney's badassery, watch movie. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, he is.
You'll see him in a whole different light.
Yeah. And, well, Ocean's 11's pretty good, too.
It's good, but he's still not...
he's still more little...
Seth Gecko would knock the shit out of that dude.
Yeah, good point,
He'd go cock him with a pistol and go eat a sandwich.
True, yeah. And then, then Quentin Tarantino would do other things. But...
He would do a lot of things.
Yep.
Julia Roberts, watch out.
In the words of Quentin Tarantino, let me suck on that bitch's toes. You know. But
see,
From Dusk Till Dawn's great. But and then, like I said, Twilight sucked. Fuck.
I don't want to turn this into a Twilight bashing show because I could do that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, we could spend
because I understand, and I know not everybody likes what we like or what I like.
I mean, the fact that you gotta have one of the main characters run around without a shirt on the whole fucking movie is ridiculous.
Or the fact that he's like, I love you. Stay away from me. And
the first episode of Beavis and Butthead that came back on when they relaunched it nailed that fucking movie so damn perfectly. You seen that?
No.
Oh, fucking! They got Beavis and Butthead go watch the movie and what's her name? Kristen Stewart's sitting there, you know, doing her like, I love you, and they're like, why she just stand there? She is a zombie because she's just like, it's fucking hilarious. Nailed that shit perfectly. But yeah, don't watch that movie. I mean, if you like it, good for you. If not, don't ever watch it.
I mean, I saw some of the later movies where the wolves and the vampires were fighting. I thought the werewolves looked pretty cool.
Well, they just turned into big, giant fucking wolves. I mean, they weren't even werewolves.
But when they were fighting, the fight scenes were good.
I mean, they poofed into the fucking werewolves. I mean, they didn't even turn. If you want to see a fucking werewolf turn that looks cool, go watch fucking American Werewolf in London.
Or Fright Night.
Fright Night. Or any of the fucking...
That's not really a werewolf, but he still turns into something, and at the end, he just... I don't know. It's very disturbing, but deeply fascinating.
And also, any of the Halloween movies. They're more lower budget movies, the Halloween movies are, but they are great classic horror movies and some awesome damn transformations into werewolves in those movies. Same as American Werewolf in London.
What's another good werewolf movie that doesn't get mentioned much? Wolf.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
God, I haven't seen that in forever. And
no one
Michelle
talks
Pfeiffer.
no one talks about that movie. Why not? Jack Nicholson was like born to play a werewolf.
Yeah, that was
fucking
a great movie. I mean, he's a hairy fucker anyway. But
he did great.
Another great werewolf movie, which really isn't a horror movie, but I fucking love it anyway. Fucking Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Michael J. Fox was a great fucking werewolf, okay? And the sequel, fucking Jason Bateman. which a lot of people don't remember. That was Jason Bateman.
And the rumor's true at the end of Teen Wolf. If you look in the stands and pause the movie at the right time, there is a dude with his dick out. He's standing.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
I did not know that.
There's a dude in the bleachers standing, and I didn't believe it. I don't remember who I was with, but he paused it because I called bullshit. I'm thinking, this is Michael J. Fox. This is like a teen movie for its time. It's the 80s. There's no dude with his fucking dick out. And he paused it at just the right time, and I'll be damned. There was a fucking dude with his dick out standing in the bleachers.
Oh, you realize now after we're done recording, I'm going to have to go fucking
It's
look
there.
that shit
You
up.
can Google it. I would Google it here, but we're not that kind of show.
Yeah, you will not see dicks on this show, I hope. Ever.
We are not the Needful Dicks. We are the Needful Geeks.
That's right. And plus, since all this shit is pre-recorded, even if there was a dick on the show, I'd edit it out.
Right.
So no live streaming here. I wouldn't trust us.
But Teen Wolf, that was a good mention. When he turns in the wolf in the bathroom, then his dad opens the door and he's a wolf too.
Yeah.
That was good.
And was it the end of that one? Yeah, the end of that one, the teacher had a fucking tail. Yeah, I forgot. It was either teacher or the principal. I can't remember which it was. But yeah, it was the teacher. But yeah, she was a fucking wolf too. She walked out with her little tail wagging and shit, but you didn't see her go full on wolf. She just had that tail sticking out of her dress. That was awesome.
Have you seen the TV show?
No, I heard it was
either.
so fucking different. What I heard, it was actually more like...
They take a serious approach to it, I guess.
It's like Twilight Werewolves. I mean, that kind of lovey romance. Speaking, I mean, I know this isn't zombies, werewolves, or anything, but have you seen commercials for that new show, Riverdale?
No.
Funny story about this. Fuck, what channel? I think it's CW. Yeah, it's CW. You know, I was sitting there watching something on one day, and it kept showing these previews for it. Me and my wife were watching a movie that was on CW. It kept showing these previews of Riverdale. I was like, what the fuck does that sound so familiar? So I looked up Riverdale, and it's the town that Archie and Jughead, you know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was the name of it.
And
though.
I was like, oh, that's the same town as Archie and them. And then I heard somebody talking, and they were talking about calling the cast name. I was like, the hell? And I had to Google it real quick, and it is. It's actually like a grown-up, you know, suspense thriller version of the fucking Archie comics. That's who it is. I mean, you got Jughead, Betty, Veronica, Archie. I mean, they're all in there, which I haven't seen any of it, but I've heard it was really damn good. I mean, I was kind of like, you know, this is one of those like more chicky type, you know, shows. You like love you like One Tree Hill-ish kind of bullshit. This was some murder in there or something. But no, it's actually
the OC with Jughead.
Yeah, but I've heard it was actually really good, which I fucking hate to admit this. I did watch the first season of the OC, because it started out pretty good, but then it kind of winged off.
Yeah, but then we got Gotham out of him, so that's cool.
Yeah, and he is awesome in that. Well, he was awesome in the very first season, because he was the badass that got adopted, and he'd start fights and shit, but, I mean, he had a good heart. You know? But, I mean, but then he kind of just, the show weaned out, and I quit watching it. But
also, our other show's coming back in October on Netflix.
Which one?
It's got all the kids. What the hell's the name of that show?
It's got all the kids. Like that really damn helps.
Yeah.
Full House.
No, fuck no. You know, all the kids, and one of them gets sucked into that parallel universe.
Oh, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I
did not watch that.
You didn't watch
No, my wife and son watched it. I did not watch
Stranger Things needs to be watched by everybody. If you haven't watched, it's like the best of the Goonies and E.T. and the Stephen King movie, all just crammed into one.
I mean, they said it was real good. I just when they started watching it, I was doing some other shit.
Watch it.
I didn't want to go
show on it.
I didn't want to go in halfway into it since they already watched it. You know.
It's really good.
Oh, and speaking of Netflix, and back to our zombie conversation, Santa Clara Diet with Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant.
That looks good too.
I'm up to 3 episodes of it now. It is funny as shit.
I've always had a thing for Drew Barrymore. I guess just one of many.
Yeah. And Timothy Olyphant's a great character. You seen Justified?
Yeah.
Oh, he's great. You know, he's the main guy in it.
Yeah.
And he has also played a great bad guy in the 4th Die Hard movie, too. He was the hacker.
Yeah,
guy.
I remember.
Yeah. But this show is so fucking funny. I mean...
Oh, he got kind of butthurt in Die Hard.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, going up against John McClane.
That's right.
You're going to get a little butthurt.
Yeah, and more. And his girlfriend got thrown down a elevator shaft. Great movie.
Threw a fan
If you watch that, though, watch the unrated version. Because they fucked up and made a rated PG-13.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they made a PG-13 version of it, and just to try to get the bigger audiences, and it was terrible. And when they released the DVD, it at least had the unrated, R-rated, whatever you want to call it, version on it, which was a lot better because, I mean, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, okay? That's all.
That's the epitome.
Exactly. So, but yeah, the Santa Clara Diet, they sit there and I'm got to give away spoilers, but I'm just going to go to the plot, which pretty much tells you in the damn blurb on the description. So,
Yeah, because I haven't seen it either.
But she turns into a zombie somehow. I mean, not even up to the part where that happens, but somehow she turns into a zombie. But she's not like a zombie, you know. She's and you knocked over half her set, but anyway,
she needs a better chair, man.
But she's you know, just talks and everything like this, but she has to eat human flesh. She has no pulse and all that shit. And her whole demeanor changes. Like at the beginning of the show, she's like this, and then when she turns zombie, she goes completely different. But the shit is so funny. And her husband's Timothy Offlat, and he's trying to get her food and stuff, and her 16-year-old daughter knows about it, and they're helping to it. Is hilarious. You need to watch that show. Each episode's like 23 minutes, so it's not that long. And good thing about Netflix, what I love about their shows, when they put it on, you got the whole fucking season in one to go. You don't have to wait at all.
23 minutes for a show.
Well, because it's half an hour. If you put that on regular TV, that would be half an hour show because you got 7 minutes worth of commercials. So that's why they did it like that. But and same thing with the hour-long shows being 43, 44 minutes, something like that. That's why. So, but yeah, you need to watch that show. It's great. Yes, I'll pick up my set in a damn minute. Fucker. But anyway, Netflix has some really good original shows. I mean, they're starting to get some good shit.
I've yet to really see anything on Netflix I didn't like as far as their originals go. Their superhero shit is awesome. The Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Daredevil, hands down.
Yeah. Luke Cage was great.
Yeah.
We talked about that before, but Cage was great. Jessica Jones was great. If you've seen previews for Iron Fist,
yeah, it looks good.
That looks awesome.
It's almost got like a Green Arrow feel to it.
Yeah. And also, we got on Netflix animated, but the new Voltron, which season 2 just came out, and I finished it up. It is excellent.
I'll have to check it out.
It is really great. I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. The first season left off with a cliffhanger, so when season 2 came on, I was like, hell yeah. It fucking left off into cliffhanger 2, so you know they're going to make a season 3, which is good, but what's bad is you got to wait. That is the one bad thing about them coming out with the whole season at one time. You fucking binge watch it in one night or a weekend. Then you got to wait a shitload of time before you get to the rest of it.
Yeah, I did that with Dexter when Dexter came out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I love Dexter.
We watched the first 2 seasons, and then we kind of faded out on that one.
Oh man, it just gets better. I didn't care for the ending. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, I did hear about the ending. I was like, really? Yeah, I was kind of, yeah.
I don't know. I always figured that they could bring that show back at any time if they wanted to. I mean, think about it. You know, he sees his dead dad throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in the second one, I don't really want to ruin anything, but you'll know who I'm talking about when I say someone else could be the one that he sees the whole time through. And they could just keep going because he was there at the end of the movie. And a bloodlust like his just doesn't go away.
You mean series?
Series.
Yeah, okay, you're confusing me there.
Each episode is kind of like a movie. That's why I really liked it. I mean,
yeah. Oh, and also, did you ever watch this is completely off, but let's talk about original TV shows. Did you ever watch Spartacus? Any of those that came on Stars? Great series. Watch them, but do not watch them with children because it shows everything. Just not on women, on guys. I mean, you see more dicks flopping than anything else on that show. So, don't watch it. But the dude from 30 Days a Night is in it. Not Josh Hartnett, but his partner, the one with the beard, that ended up killing his family in the bed and then kind of went a little crazy.
Yeah.
He's in it. And unfortunately, you see a lot of him. But that's just what happens. But it's a great show, too. So, we're actually out of time. So, subscribe. Please subscribe. Button is right here below Ryan. I know where it's at now.
It's right about here.
Or here's some fucking where.
In this area right here.
Bloop. Anyway. Leave comments. We like comments.
Come back and I'll knock some more shit over next time.
I hope he doesn't. But leave comments. Let us know if you like it, if you don't like it. Neither. Say hi.
We can go back to our day jobs. We just don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, just say hi. Say, say, or you're fucking stupid. Whatever you want to do, say something. But anyway, subscribe. Check out our website, needfulgeeks.com. On that website, you have links to our YouTube page, to our Facebook page, to our Twitter page, and to our Instagram page. We have merchandise, our awesome hats, new merchandise, awesome fucking shirt. Coming next week, we'll have some awesome damn bracelets as well. And
like we said, subscribe, get other people to subscribe,
Yeah, tell your friends.
Throwback people that you're the one that got them to subscribe, and we'll we'll randomly pick someone to get a hat.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
hats are pretty cool.
Yes, on, what day is it going to be? 2 weeks from the 15th, because that's when I announced that. From 2 weeks from February 15th, where the hell that'll be. Oh, actually, no, that's the 1st, yeah. Yeah, so March 1st, we will be drawing a random subscriber from our subscribers list, and they will get a free hat. Or beanie, whichever one you choose. Or shirt. You'll get a free piece of merch, whatever the hell you want.
Get you some geek armor going on.
Yeah, and that'll be random.
Join
so,
us.
but you won't get the free shit if you don't subscribe. So please subscribe. And also, tell your friends, tell your family, make everybody subscribe. Go to it on our webpage. We have a contact section on there if you want to get a hold of us. Put that. Shoot me a message. I'll get back to you. If you want to order merch, shoot me a message. I'll get back to you. Just shoot me a message. So, but until next time, which will be a week from now, we will holler at you later.
You've been great. We've been the Needful Geeks.